Hi, welcome to the Wine Bar, where I bring you quick, efficient bar workouts along with tips about wine. Today, we're going to be doing a 20-minute full body workout using wine bottles, if you would like, or you can always feel free to use soup cans or water bottles or regular weights, whatever you have. I particularly like wine bottles because they're about 2.5 pounds, and so they're a really great weight for bar workouts. I'm also using a little portable bar called the BootyKicker, which I love because it helps with my balance, and it's weight bearing, which is very exciting. However, if you don't have a little bar, go ahead and use the back of a couch or a chair or whatever, just something so that you can balance on it. Now, I do have a link in the bottom in the description about the BootyKicker if you are interested in it, but it's not necessary. All right, let's begin. All right, so we're going to come into our opening breaths. We're going to come down into a little squat. I'm coming down actually into second position plie, and then I'm bringing my arms overhead. I might have to trim the lemon tree that I'm hitting. All right, just got to move a little bit. Down and up, 2 more. Down, big reach overhead. Down and up. All right, so now we're going to do some shoulder rolls back. Just get everything flowing a little bit. Getting those shoulder sockets going. Now reverse, go forwards. Bringing all of the mobility into our shoulder socket, and because we're going to be doing some shoulder work today. All right, and now we're going to just have our feet below our hips, come down into a squat and back up, down and up. Squats are so important for our hips, so let's down and up. Down and up. One more. Down and up. Now we're going to do some side lunges. So I'm going to stand with my feet under my hips, then come out to the right side and stand up, and then over to the left side, back up. Now make sure when you do the lunges that we're bringing our weight directly over our knee and our foot. We want everything to be like in a line, and we want to make sure that we're warming up everything we can do. Nice gentle side lunges. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so I hope you feel nice and warmed up. All right, so grab your weights, and in my case, the wine bottles. We're going to be doing biceps first. So I'm going to have my feet directly below my hips, and I'm going to bring my weights / wine bottles out into a 90-degree angle, and then I'm just going to start pulsing up. I'm going to keep my spine nice and straight and my abs in tight, and my shoulders are not coming up by my ears, they're staying down. And we're going to be pulsing up. Today I'm using Sauvignon Blanc bottles, so a really great white grape. Another grape has grown all over the world, and the bottles I have are actually from Napa, which makes some really great tasty Sauvignon Blanc. If anyone is interested, a very popular Sauvignon Blanc is Sancerre from France. People don't know that Sancerre is actually the region, and the grape is actually Sauvignon Blanc. So if you tell me, I don't like Sauvignon Blanc, but my favorite wine is Sancerre, I will probably laugh at you. Just kidding. Most people don't even know that, so it's totally fine. All right, and 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to come up and then down halfway. So we're doing up and down, bicep pulse up and down, up and down. So we're just using the tension that we're creating with our biceps. Even with something that's a light weight, you want to make sure that you're really using the muscle when you're contracting it into a flex. All right, so 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now all the way down and all the way up. So we're doing biceps all the way down and all the way up. Oh, I've even had Sauvignon Blanc from India before, which was interesting. It was very smoky, but it was a very interesting style of wine, and it was really fun. It was music. The label had a cello on it, and I thought that was really interesting. the winemaker really liked music, so he incorporated it. All right, and we're gonna do 4 more. So 4 and 3, 2 and 1. All right, so that is it for our bicep work. And now we are going to come into some shoulder work. So I am going to come into first position with my heels together and my toes apart. I'm going to raise up onto my toes, and then I'm going to come down into a little diamond shape with my knees. You can always just stand with your feet under your hips if this is not for you today. However, we're going to try this because it works our lower body while we're doing our shoulder work. So now bring the weights out to the side, and we're going to go forward. Little circles forward, and you'll see that in a very small amount of time these wine bottles will become pretty heavy. So I always like to keep it, even if I'm using regular weights, then I like to keep it under 3 pounds, because I find that is really the extent that I can get to. Even I'm being a little wobbly here. All right, so 3, 2, 1. Now backwards. We're just going back and doing it in the reverse. So this is a really good way to work on your balance, right? Like I said, you can always come down and just have your feet under your hips if we're not into the diamond first position plie right now. All right, and 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, bring the wine bottles in, and then we're gonna bring it back out. In and out, in and out, row in and out. Now the other thing about Sauvignon Blanc that I really like is that the expression of it can really differ. Like if you get one from New Zealand, it's going to be really grassy and bright, maybe have a lot of that kind of cantaloupe and citrus to it. And then if you get one from Argentina, it might be a little more restrained, maybe have a little bit fuller body. And so it's really fun to try them from different regions. If you're always drinking the same one, then you know that flavor, and you might want to branch out and try something else. Like I said, Sancerre is also Sauvignon Blanc, and that is a lot of people's favorite that I know. All right, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so let's step out of that. I'm going to give my shoulders a little bit of a break, and now we're going to come into some tricep work. So I'm going to keep my knees slightly bent and my back straight but arched over into a little fold over, and then I'm going to just do kickbacks with my triceps with the weights. So I'm bringing it forward and back. I'm not using momentum. I'm keeping my abs in, and I'm making sure to keep a nice tight grip on those bottles. And we're really working the triceps, right? Again, this is where you can really feel it after just a couple of pulses, how much the little bit of weight adds to the resistance. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to switch into little tiny pulses, so about 1 inch, and we're just kicking back, using those triceps, really burning them out. We're trying to keep our abs in tight, and we're not hunching forward. We're keeping our back nice and straight, right? And again, we're not using momentum. We're just using our triceps. And about 10 more. So we are really burning out those triceps, and then we're going to move on. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back, roll those shoulders, and we are done with our weights for now. So we're going to come and do a leg series. All right, so we're going to come to I'm going to come to my bar. I'm going to have my feet directly below my hips, and I'm going to come up into an elevate and then back down. So we're just doing calf raises right now. So we're really working those calves. If you are new to bar, please make sure to stretch out your calves. I mean, even if you've done bar for your whole life, we should always be stretching out our calf muscles. They can get cramped, unfortunately, really easily, but they are really important and often not really focused on in other workouts. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to do half up. So we're coming half down and half up, half down and up, half down and up. If this is too much on your calves, just don't come up as high, right? But we still want to work them. And then we're going to do a little stretch out afterwards, since the calf work is so taxing on your calves. Mine are really fatigued already. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, I'm going to do a little stretch with my right calf right now. And then I'm going to stretch out my left calf just to make sure that they aren't too fatigued to keep us doing the rest of the exercises. All right, so now we're going to move on to plie up and down. So I'm going to come into first position with my heels together and my toes about 3 or 4 inches apart. I'm going to come up, and then I'm going to click my heels together and come into a little diamond shape with my legs, and then we're going to come down an inch and up an inch, down and up, down and up, and down and up. Now, all of this, we're making sure that our back is straight and our butt is right over our heels, and we're just doing little tiny 1-inch pulses, right? And we want to really make sure those abs are in tight. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're just going to stay in the lower part of the pulse, and we're going to kick our knees back, which again is a very small movement. We're only going back about 1 inch, but we're going to really feel it in our hips. So this is going to be really good for our hip health. Right? Whew. And it really burns out those little muscles and gets the inner thighs working as well. Which again, one of the reasons I really love barre is that it gets all those little muscles that you don't really think about during your average day, but making sure that the muscles are strong are going to be really helpful for the strength and mobility of your muscles for the rest of your life. All right, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Okay, I'm going to shake out those legs. Whew! I was getting little quakes at the end. All right, so now we're going to come into, I'm going to grab my wine bottles again. All right, and we're going to come into side lunges with bicep curls. So we're going to come out on one side, do bicep curl, come back up, bicep curl, out and up. So over, everything's in a straight line. Our ankles are directly below our knees, and then our weight is coming towards our heel. We don't want to be too far forward, right? So we are coming into our heel and putting the weight into, because this really is kind of like a half a little squat too, right? Like you're coming out to the side and it's a lunge, but you're coming down into that kind of squat position. So we're gonna do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so thank you. That is our mini cardio burst, right? Just a little bit. And for our last leg move, we're going to have something to hold on to, and then we're going to raise our leg out and back down. So up and down. Try to raise it as high as you can, whatever that might be for you today. For me, it's about this high. So again, this is for the outer hip, and we are really strengthening all of those outer muscles that connect our thigh into our hip, as well as the inner thigh. 3, 2, and 1. Now come to the other side. I'm going to kind of be a diagonal so that my entire back is not to you. So now we're going to do it on the other side. So lift the other leg and down, other leg and down, and we're just getting all those other little muscles. We're trying to have a well-rounded workout with all of these moves. You don't want to slump too much over to the side either. You want to make sure that everything is kind of stacked over that standing leg. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Congratulations, you just finished the legs. All right, now we're going to come down to the floor and do a little bit of abs. So we're going to come down onto our butt. We're going to have our heels directly in line with our hips. We're going to grab our 1 wine bottle actually for this, and we're going to do some Russian twists. So you're going to come to the side, come back to the middle, and over to the other side. So I always like to pretend that I am paddling a boat because I think that it makes it more fun. And then you can always do this without a weight, or you can do it with heavier weight, whatever you are feeling today. Again, I like it with at least a little bit of weight because I feel like you just get that little extra effort. Putting in, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now we're going to take the other wine bottle, and we're going to be in the same setup on our sits bones with our knees in the air. We're going to take the wine bottles and we're going to come back into a little C curve with our spine, and then we're going to take the wine bottle, come to the side and back. So we're going to come back and forward. We're not moving the rest of our body. We're staying in that C curve, and we're just letting our obliques do the work here, right? So we're just keeping our back in that nice C curve. Our abs are in tight, and we're using the side of our body to get these twists in. 4, 3, 2, last 1. All right, very good, guys. You are doing such a good job. All right, we're gonna come to our last move. So we're gonna do roll-ups. So we're gonna take the wine bottle, we're gonna put it directly overhead. We're gonna come up, roll our spine 1 vertebrae off the floor at a time, and then stretch forward. Then we're gonna come back slowly, almost like you're on a rowing machine, and you're gonna come back all the way down flat on your back. 1 vertebrae off the floor, really use your ab muscles, stretch forward, and then like you're on a rowing machine, you're pulling back and doing everything really slow. So this is really good for your spinal flexion and extension, and the slower you go, the harder it's going to be and the better for your abs. Ooh, just to really strengthen everything with these little moves. We're going to do 3 more. Stretch out. And I'm making sure that I'm keeping my shoulders away from my ears. 2, all the way back down. And last 1, all the way forward. And then roll all the way back. And then our very last move is we're going to come into a boat pose and we're going to hold it. So we're going to bring our knees to tabletop and we are balancing on our sits bones. I'm going to bring my arms in a first position, and I'm going to just stay here, just chilling out with my boat pose. So this is a really good time under tension. We're keeping all of our muscles engaged. If you really want to challenge yourself, you can come with your legs extended, or you can just lean back if you want to keep your legs on the floor. So we're keeping everything elevated, abs in tight, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, you guys did such a good job. I'm so proud of you. Let's cool down. All right, so I'm going to come with my legs crossed in front of me, and I'm just going to come down, stretch out my spine, and I'm going to roll forward so I can get those hip joints as well as my knees and my upper back are really stretching out here. I really want you guys to feel proud of what you just did. All of those moves are pretty challenging. I do barre all the time, and every single time I do it, I find it more challenging than I always thought it was going to be, even after I've been doing it for a few years. All right, now we're going to put one hand on the floor, bring the other overhead, and we're going to do a side reach to the other side. We're going to do this one more time each side. Overhead, we're coming back, and now we're going to come into a down dog. So just to give our spine a little stretch out, we're going to stretch out those calves. Again, important to make sure that those are, I'm pedaling out my feet. We want to make sure the calves are stretched. You're in a V position. I'm going to walk my feet into my hands. I'm going to stay in a forward fold just for a sec to get the back of my hamstrings. And then I'm going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Do a little shoulder roll. I'm going to stretch my left arm to the side. Get the shoulder. Switch arms. Now my right side. going to come with my elbow over my head and stretch my triceps. Coming down, stretching out the other tricep. And now we're going to do 2 big breaths up. So we're coming down. Stretch your arms up. One last big reach up. Come down, and thank yourself for showing up today. I'm really, really proud of you for doing a workout today. Thank you for showing up. I really appreciate the time you've spent with me. If you like these workouts, I bring you bar workouts with wine tips every week. So please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next time.